Hey there, it's Jennifer Montgomery. I'm back again talking about light working. So the last video I was talking about what is a light worker, so people understand what that actually means. I'll explain it from my understanding and my perception. So of course, nothing is exact. That's the world I live in. So everything is perception and perception is reality. So whatever yours is, that's awesome. This is mine. So someone recently had responded with a comment asking if all empaths are light workers. And I thought that was a really awesome question. So thank you for that. I will say in response to that, the answer is that not all empaths are light workers and not all light workers are empaths. It can certainly be that way, but that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. So that can clear up any understanding, misunderstanding, whatever you want to call it. So some other traits of light workers that I will talk about are, one of them is that we tend to look at spirituality or spiritual remedies to clear things up. For example, I am personally not a fan of medications. I choose not to put any chemicals in my body or use that form of healing because I don't believe it's actually healing. That's my belief. I believe it suppresses symptoms. I believe chemicals, and I believe that medication is chemicals. I believe it suppresses symptoms but does not heal the root of a problem or a condition. So I found in my life that when I've approached anything that needed healing with a spiritual approach, it's been helpful to me. So I've mentioned before a fibromyalgia diagnosis when I think I was 21. Other diagnosis, depression, eating disorder, other physical ailments. But when I chose to heal those things from the inside out, I was successful. Otherwise, I very well may have been stuck in a cycle of sickness. And that's not what I wanted for my life. So I'm a survivor and I want to live my best life. And in doing so, I choose things that make me feel good. So I may not have had immediate relief with the approach I took, but for the long term, I'm happy, I feel good, and I'm a leader in the sense, I'm a light worker in the sense that it's possible. So I'm not a believer of there's only one way to remedy something or that there's only, one solution or prescription, because the word prescription doesn't have to mean medication. It could be something else. So that's another trait of light workers. You're generally, from what I see anyway, not going to see them believing in that realm. It's a system. Again, we go back to systems. I don't believe in systems. So I can see how the medical system works along with, big pharma. It's all about money. And not that there's anything wrong with money, there's not. But when I think that people are used as pawns to satisfy greed, it's not my thing. So that's where that comes into play for me, really, really big. So again, light workers tend to use spiritual healing as opposed to a more, I'm going to say 3D approach that most people might automatically go to the doctor. I don't go to the doctor. I'm my own doctor. I know what I need. My body knows what it needs. So I'm healthy. I'm strong. My body's resilient. And when we set these, affirmations, we can say, your body is absorbing this stuff. Our cells absorb our environment. So my belief system is strong. When I believe, that will be my result. So I believe in me, and I believe in my mindset, and I have proof that it's possible and that it works. So there we go for light working and spiritual healing. Many light workers, including myself, have had really, really large spiritual awakenings. It's still continuing. For myself, it's slowed down in the sense of, maybe I just gotten used to it. I don't want to say it's slowed down. I guess I could say I've learned that nothing's personal. So my ego has calmed down a lot, but I can honestly admit when this spiritual awakening process began and I was just learning what was happening to me, it was rough. It was really rough. So you'll see a lot of light workers tend to live a little bit differently than others because we don't subscribe to the 3D matrix lifestyle. We can see beyond that, and I believe that is the purpose of the spiritual awakening for light workers, so we can help others see the light and recognize and realize our own potentials. We all have it. And for me, I can say for myself that it's humbled me a lot. It's woke me up to my greatest potential, to my heart, and to the idea that nothing is really that important. Like, don't take yourself so seriously. Life isn't really that serious. And I'll kid around a lot and people think I'm like, I don't know, sometimes people don't know how to take it, but I'll be like, oh, it's not that important. We're all going to die. Because truthfully, we are all going to die. This life there's no day that's guaranteed. So each one that we wake up and we get to appreciate and be here is super amazing. And I think we should be grateful. I've spent a lot of time in my earlier years depressed for long periods of time because I let things get to me. I would feel things that weren't even mine and I would carry them around with me until I woke up and I'm like, well, this can't be all there is. Like, life can't be this, like, I don't want to say dark, but it just really wasn't feeling hopeful. So when I changed my mindset and when I started understanding things from a different perspective, it made my life feel a lot better. And it really is mostly mindset. So change your thinking, change your life, change your perspective. And a really great example is today, for instance, I'm choosing to see this day, which is, it's windy and it's cloudy and it's cool here in Key West. It's kind of cold from my standard, but other people would think I was crazy because it's only like 65, but it feels colder than that. But I'm enjoying it. I'm choosing to enjoy it because I'm looking at it from the angle of, okay, the rain is clearing, the wind is clearing, the coolness is reminding me of the holidays from living up north. So it's putting me in like the holiday spirit. And I feel really good. Like, my vibe is like super high, like super, super, super high today. So that feels great. And I woke up. It's not even like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and like really awesome things are already happening. And I just feel good. Like, I'm happy. And that's how things should be every day. Like, that's, of course, we have ebbs and flows with energy and moods and whatnot, but that's life. Like, your life can be like that. And it's entirely up to you. It doesn't matter what's happening on the exterior or what's happening around you. You choose how you want to feel. So that's part of my light working purpose, I believe, is that it may appear as though sometimes I don't care, but truthfully, I don't. I care most about my vibration. I care most about what's making me feel good or not. And if there's the or not, that's up to me. It's nobody else's responsibility. It's entirely my choice, my focus, my attention. Where am I putting it? Because if things aren't feeling good, then chances are it's because I'm focusing on things that don't feel good. I'm in my head too much. I'm thinking about the past, or I'm way too far in the future. So when we stay present and in the moment, that's where the beauty of life is. It's right there. So again, it's up to you. And that's what my awakening process has brought me to, is that that's really all we have. So light working. And if you haven't been on your spiritual awakening yet, well, you're in for a treat. It's a ride. It is a ride. But anyway, honestly, it's all good. Everything that happens is for our highest good. And nothing is happening to you. It's happening for you. It's a choice of how you choose to see it and process. So, another light working trait is awareness of your manifestation powers. I've mentioned before, I am a master manifester. Hence the reason I have to be very, very selective with my thoughts and where I direct my energy, because I am highly aware of my manifestation powers, and I've seen what happens when I am wobbling vibrationally or my thoughts are sloppy. I have to get them right. I have to get my energy right. Might sound crazy to some people. One time my cousin was like, "What are you talking about? Energy." And I was just laughing, because not at him, but just because we were speaking two different languages, basically. And that's okay. But for me, I know if I am in a situation, or if I am in a funk, or if my thoughts are just like all up in my ego or in my head, I'm like, girl, you better get it together. I hope the universe isn't recording this, because it can lead to results I may not necessarily be consciously wanting or choosing. So I really have to keep my thoughts high vibe. And even like I've said before, if I can't see the actual results, or if I don't see like the way paved or lit ahead of me, I just choose to believe it anyway, because I've seen through the results based on the power of my thoughts and the manifestation that follows, what is possible and what can happen. So yes, I may often look like the crazy cuckoo that talks about things that haven't quite manifested, but then they do. And then you're like, oh my God. So it's really cool. Again, light workers have those powers. So we do things that other people may not think are possible or probable, but there is this inner knowing, there is this belief, there is the faith that it is and it will happen. And I can say from my own experience that, and I've said before, I don't know how. I just know it's either going to be this or it's not going to be that, but I choose it in advance. So there's things that have been said to me by people, significant people in my life, that have been like saying something, and then in my mind, I guess it's my intuition saying no, 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 or sometimes it's really sarcastic, like, yeah, right, like, watch this. And I don't say anything, but the vibration or the energy or the knowing or the claircognizance is so, so strong that I cannot ignore it. It just comes in like it floods my I'm going to say my consciousness, because it's a conscious thought. It just comes in and it's like, it's just strong and it's affirmative and it's direct. It's not chaotic. It's clear. You know, that's not happening. Or, yep, that's going to happen. I like the yep, that's going to happen part because that's like exciting. That's like being at like a football game and your team's winning. The one that's like the nope, that one is great also. I just prefer the other more positive affirmation because the nope one reminds me that like, oh shit, I got to do something about this. That, you know, in a sense, because I know I'm going to have to take some sort of action that maybe perhaps I don't really have a plan for yet. But either way, they're both good. They're both affirmative, but the one seems to come from a different place than the positive cheering, I'm at a football game and my team's winning. So yes, that's part of light working, the manifestation power. It's really powerful. It's amazing when you're on a high flying disc and you're vibing and you're in the vortex. Oh my God, it's great. I love it. So, and I love being in that energy of like, oh yeah, anything is possible. I am awesome. This is the best. I can't wait for this to happen. My life is good. I love me life. Yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, we're getting up to the 20-minute mark on this video. And like I said in the previous video, I don't like to talk too long. It's just me. A, I get tired of talking. B, I don't really think anyone needs to be sitting there listening for that long. Little snippets are good. And then you can go on about your day. We don't have to have a whole lecture here. Go have fun. Listen to music. Dance. Love each other. Drink your water. Stay in your own lane. And if you want to contact me for inspired soul sessions, I'm going to say this every video. My information is in the box. The subscription little button clicker thing. Click it. Do it. Subscribe. What else? That's it. Have an awesome day. Have a beautiful day. Happy holidays. And contact me if you choose. Thank you. Love each other. Have a great day. Bye-bye.